Hello there, and welcome to another Bionicle video. My name is Makuta Alvarez, and today I will be going over the history of the Barraki before they got mutated. 95,000 years ago, the Great Spirit Motunui appointed 6 rulers to bring order and prosperity to the Matoran universe. Although they are now known as betrayers of Motunui, no one can deny that they were and still are a force to be reckoned with. Meet the Barraki in their prime. Barraki is the Matoran word for warlord, a reputation that they certainly upheld. Out of all the Barraki, Pre-mutated was the one who developed the greatest lust for power and ruling over others, having first worked for the Brotherhood of Makuta. Ever since Pre-mutated left the Brotherhood in favor of ruling the rest of the Matoran universe, the Makuta became wary and suspicious of Pre-mutated's underlying motives, and thus recruited another Barraki, Takedox, to spy on him. Pre-mutated carried 2 great barbed swords during his early ruling days. After 1,000 years of conquering and plundering as rulers of the Matoran universe, Pre-mutated proposed an alliance between the 6 of them. Takedox was the first to take Pre-mutated up on his offer, knowing it would place him in a much easier position to report on Pre-mutaed's whereabouts and plans to the Brotherhood of Makuta. Takedox carried 2 elbow blades and had some natural hypnotic powers. These would become greatly enhanced later on after his mutation. Shortly after, Pre-mutated and Takedox pressured Kalma to join the League under the threat of cutting off his territories from the rest of the universe. Since Kalma's territories were already precariously far removed from the rest of the universe, he reluctantly complied. Kalma is a skilled weapons crafter and was equipped with his own custom-made plasma crossbow and a meteor hammer. Kalma is originally a one-eyed being who later gained 2 additional eyes after his mutation. The other 3 Barraki, Elik, Karpar, and Mantax, soon joined the League as well. Elik tends to be a rageful but also more cautious Barraki than the rest of the League. Elik's species is aquatic to begin with, so he used a specialized water-breathing device while ruling and conquering on land. When he was mutated later on, there wasn't much of a change in him as in the others, save for the electric spines on his back. Elik has always wielded 2 tri-talons, before and after his mutation. Karpar is a physically powerful and imposing warlord, but also is more weak-minded than the rest. In spite of this, he was still clever enough as a warlord on land to lull an opposing force into a false sense of security by gifting food to them that was secretly tainted, and then moving in with his armies later on while they were weakened. As a Barraki in the early years, Karpar wielded 2 grappling swords. Mantax was the most secretive and reclusive warlord of the League, second only to, perhaps, Takedox. Because of his masterful secrecy and manipulation, he was successful in solidifying trade deals with multiple organizations without their knowledge of each other. On land, Mantax carried a spear as his primary weapon and a buzzsaw shield as his offhand. After they had formed up their League of 6 Kingdoms, the Barraki soon came to the Brotherhood of Makuta and demanded Rahi from them to help with their conquering endeavors. Sensing secrecy and disrespect from the Barraki, the Brotherhood was only content with sending Rahi to them with a lifespan of a few days. Later on, the Barraki solidified their plans to overthrow the Great Spirit Motunui. Takedox, still acting as a secret informant for the Makuta, told them of the League's plans. In response, the Makuta, along with some Toa, launched a preemptive strike and stopped the League in their tracks before they could make any real progress in their plan. Before Makuta Pterodax got his opportunity to execute the Barraki, of which the Toa were opposed to, the creature Botar appeared and took the defeated warlords to the pit for their universe-threatening crimes. This encounter with the Barraki would inspire Pterodax later on to attempt overthrowing the Great Spirit Motunui himself. Several thousand years later, the Great Cataclysm occurred and broke the pit wide open, allowing the inmates to escape into the surrounding sea. What they didn't know was that this seawater was mutagenic water, which after exposure would transform the Barraki and the others into hideous aquatic beasts. Thanks so much for watching this Bionicle slideshow. Most of what you heard and saw in this video, apart from the Barraki's pre-mutation appearance and weapons, is completely canon. These were by far some of my favorite models to build. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these. Comment down below which of the 6 Barraki you feel is best shown in their pre-mutation form. This is also as good a time as any to show you guys a custom squid launcher that I made. The inspiration for the main function of this goes to Lord Fendo Gask, another Bionicle YouTuber. As you can see, it works exceptionally better than the original squid launcher. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to also show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel for more awesome Bionicle content. That's it for now. Take care, Bio Builders. This is Makuta Alvarez signing out.